Maya's hands were still trembling when the elevator doors opened onto the private suite, but she didn't get the chance to step out because Joon-ho's arms shot across her chest, pinning her back against the elevator wall. Don't move. 3 men lay unconscious on the floor of the hallway. Blood pooled beneath one of them. The door to what was supposed to be Maya's secure suite hung open, half off its hinges. Lily whimpered against Maya's neck. Mommy? Shoo, baby. It's okay. Close your eyes for mommy. Joon-ho pulled a gun from inside his jacket. Maya hadn't even known he was carrying one. He pressed the button to hold the elevator doors open and spoke into his phone in rapid Korean. Within seconds, armed men flooded the hallway from a stairwell door, weapons drawn. Joon-ho didn't wait for them. He stepped out of the elevator, gun raised, and moved toward the open door with the kind of quiet precision that made Maya's blood run cold. This wasn't a man playing at danger. This was a man who had lived in it so long it was part of his DNA. Maya stayed in the elevator, Lily's face buried in her shoulder, heart hammering so loud she was sure whoever was in that suite could hear it. 30 seconds passed. A minute. Then Joon-ho reappeared in the doorway, his expression unreadable. They're gone. Maya exhaled. Who? Who was here? He didn't answer. Instead, he walked back to the elevator and held out his hand. Come with me. You're staying in my quarters tonight. Your quarters? No. Absolutely not. I'm not. Maya. His voice was sharp, but his eyes were something else entirely. Desperate. Whoever did this got past 12 layers of security. They knew exactly where you would be before you even arrived. That means someone inside my organization is working with them. Until I find out who, you and Lily don't leave my sight. Maya wanted to argue. Wanted to scream. But the blood on the hallway floor was still wet, and the men who were supposed to protect her were being carried away on stretchers, and her 3-year-old daughter was shaking in her arms. She took his hand. If you're still here, do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from and what time it is. I love seeing how far this story reaches. Now let's get back to it, because what happens next is going to break you. Joon-ho's private quarters were nothing like Maya expected. She had imagined something cold. Clinical. A reflection of the man everyone said he was. Instead, the space was warm. Dark wood. Soft lighting. Books everywhere, shelves lining every wall, stacked on tables, piled beside a leather armchair that looked worn from use. He read. The Mafia boss of Chicago read. The bedroom is through there. He gestured toward a door at the far end of the living space. You and Lily take it. I'll sleep out here. Maya shook her head. We can't take your bed. You're not taking anything. I'm giving it. He crouched down in front of Lily, who was peeking at him from behind Maya's leg. Are you hungry, little one? Lily nodded slowly. What do you like to eat? Chicken nuggets. A ghost of a smile crossed Joon-ho's face. I think I can manage that. He stood and pulled out his phone, speaking quietly to someone on the other end. Maya watched him. Watched the way he moved through the space like a man who had forgotten how to be comfortable in his own home. Watched the way his eyes kept drifting back to Lily, checking on her, making sure she was still there. Why does she trust you so much? Maya asked quietly. She doesn't remember what happened. She was barely 18 months old. Joon-ho slipped his phone back into his pocket. Children remember more than we think. Not the details, but the feeling. The safety. He paused. Or maybe she just sees something in me that I can't see in myself. Before Maya could respond, there was a knock at the door. Joon-ho's entire body tensed. He motioned for Maya to take Lily into the bedroom, then moved to the door with his hand on his weapon. Who is it? It's me. A woman's voice. Familiar somehow. Joon-ho opened the door, and Maya felt the floor drop out from under her. Standing in the doorway was Special Agent Raina Davis, the FBI agent who had been assigned to Maya's case 18 months ago. The one who had sat in Maya's hospital room and told her that Marcus's death was a random robbery gone wrong. The one who had looked Maya in the eye and lied. What the hell is she doing here? Maya's voice cracked with fury. Raina stepped inside, her expression tight. Hello, Maya. Don't you dare hello me. Maya moved toward her, fists clenched. You lied to me. For 18 months, you lied to my face while I buried my husband without knowing who he really was. I was protecting you. Protecting me? I thought he died in a robbery. I thought he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Do you have any idea what that did to me? How many nights I stayed awake asking God why it had to be him? Why he had to die for nothing? Raina's composure cracked. Just slightly. Just enough. It wasn't my call. The Bureau wanted his cover protected. If the Morettas found out Marcus was FBI, they would have come for you and Lily that same week. The only way to keep you safe was to make you believe what everyone else believed. So you made me a widow twice. Once for my husband. Once for the man I never knew. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Joon-ho stepped between them. Why are you here, Agent Davis? Raina pulled a tablet from her bag and handed it to him. Because we have a bigger problem. The message on the body, the sins of the father will be visited upon the daughter. It wasn't about Marcus. Maya's blood ran cold. What are you talking about? Who else's sins would they be referring to? Raina looked at Joon-ho. Something passed between them, something that made Maya's stomach turn. Tell her, Raina said. Or I will. Joon-ho's jaw tightened. He didn't speak. Tell me what? Maya demanded. What are you not saying? Raina turned to face Maya fully. The message wasn't about Marcus Williams's sins. It was about Joon-ho's. The Morettas aren't targeting Lily because of her father. They're targeting her because of him. Maya felt the room tilt. Because of, she looked at Joon-ho. What did you do? He still wouldn't speak. His hands were clenched at his sides, his knuckles white. 18 months ago, Raina continued, the same night Marcus was killed, Joon-ho's men intercepted a weapons shipment that was supposed to go to the Morettas. It was worth $40 million. More importantly, it was supposed to be a gift, a peace offering from the Moretti patriarch to his dying son. The weapons were meant to secure Lorenzo Moretti's position as the next head of the family. Maya shook her head. I don't understand. What does this have to do with my daughter? Lorenzo Moretti died 3 days after the shipment was seized. His father blames Joon-ho for denying his son his final wish. He's sworn blood vengeance, not just on Joon-ho, but on everyone he cares about. Everyone he protects. Maya's legs gave out. She sank onto the couch, her mind racing. Lily. They're using Lily to hurt you. Joon-ho finally spoke. His voice was raw. Broken. I didn't know. When I saved her that night, when I made the promise to Marcus, I didn't know they would connect her to me. I thought I was protecting her. I thought keeping my distance would keep her safe. I was wrong. Wrong? Maya laughed, but there was no humor in it. Wrong doesn't cover it. You painted a target on my baby girl's back. You made her a pawn in your war. Maya. No. She stood up, fury blazing in her eyes. You don't get to say my name like that. Like we're friends. Like you haven't just told me that my daughter might die because of your choices. I will protect her with my life. Your life isn't worth hers. Your life isn't worth anything to me. The words hung in the air like shrapnel. Joon-ho flinched, actually flinched, like she had struck him. Lily's small voice broke the silence. Mommy? Why are you yelling? Maya turned to see her daughter standing in the doorway of the bedroom, clutching a stuffed elephant that one of Joon-ho's men had brought with her bag. All the fight drained out of Maya. She crossed the room and scooped Lily into her arms, holding her tight. I'm sorry, baby. Mommy's not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. You're mad at him? Lily pointed at Joon-ho. Maya couldn't answer. Lily wriggled in her arms, reaching toward Joon-ho. Don't be sad. Mommy gets loud sometimes, but she doesn't mean it. She loves everybody. Joon-ho's expression crumbled. Just for a second. Just long enough for Maya to see the man behind the mask, the man who had spent so long protecting himself from everyone that he had forgotten what it felt like to be seen. Reina cleared her throat. We need to focus. The Morettas know Maya and Lily are here. They're going to make another move, probably within the next 48 hours. We need a plan. We? Maya stared at her. You think I trust you after everything you did? You don't have to trust me. But I'm the only person in the FBI who knows the full truth about Marcus. I'm the only one who can help you navigate this without getting you and Lily killed. Like it or not, Mrs. Williams, you need me. Maya hated that she was right. Fine, she said through gritted teeth. But the second this is over, you and I are going to have a very different conversation. Reina nodded. Fair enough. Okay, I have to stop here for a second because I know you're processing everything. What do you think Maya should do? Do you trust Agent Reina? And what about Joon-ho? Is he really trying to protect Lily, or is he putting her in more danger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. The next 48 hours passed in a blur of tension and planning. Maya barely slept. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the blood in the hallway. She saw the message carved into dead flesh. She saw her daughter reaching for a man who might be the reason she died. But Joon-ho never left. He stationed himself on the couch outside the bedroom door every night, refusing to sleep until Maya and Lily were safely locked inside. He had food sent up for every meal, always making sure there were chicken nuggets for Lily. He read to her daughter when Maya was too exhausted to keep her eyes open, Korean fairy tales translated into English, his voice soft in a way that didn't match anything Maya thought she knew about him. On the third morning, Maya woke to find Lily curled up on Joon-ho's chest, both of them asleep on the leather couch. Lily's stuffed elephant was wedged between them. Joon-ho's arm was wrapped protectively around her small body. Maya stood in the doorway of the bedroom and watched them sleep. She didn't know what she was feeling. It wasn't trust. It couldn't be. But it wasn't hatred anymore either. It was something in between, something uncomfortable and raw and terrifying. Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. He can't protect her forever. Neither can you. Maya's hands went cold. She looked at the window, bulletproof glass, Joon-ho had assured her, and saw nothing but the Chicago skyline stretching into the morning haze. But they were watching. Somehow, they were always watching. Joon-ho. Her voice was barely a whisper. He was awake instantly, his body going rigid beneath Lily without disturbing her. What is it? She held up the phone. His expression darkened. He carefully shifted Lily onto the couch, covering her with a blanket, and crossed the room to look at the screen. They're in the building systems, he said quietly. That's the only way they could have gotten your number. We need to move. Move where? You said this was the safest place in the city. It was. Until someone on the inside betrayed me. His jaw clenched. I have a secondary location. Off-grid. No digital footprint. No one in my organization knows about it except my mother. Maya blinked. Your mother? She lives in a cabin upstate. Retired. Hidden. She's the only person in the world I trust completely. You want me to take my daughter to meet your mother? While people are trying to kill us? I want you to take your daughter somewhere the Morettas can't find her. My mother's cabin is a 4-hour drive. No cameras. No records. No paper trail. The only way to find it is if you already know where it is. Maya wanted to argue. Wanted to refuse. But then her phone buzzed again. Another text. This time with a photo. Lily. Asleep on the couch. Taken through the window. From inside the building. Maya screamed. The next hour was chaos. Joon-ho's men swept every floor, every corner, every shadow. They found nothing, no intruder, no evidence, no trace of how the photo had been taken. A drone, Reina said, studying the image. Modified. Small enough to fit through ventilation systems. Expensive. Military grade. The Morettas don't have access to military equipment, Joon-ho said. They do if they're working with someone who does. Reina's expression was grim. We need to consider the possibility that this isn't just the Morettas. Someone with serious resources is backing them. Someone with a grudge against you that goes deeper than a stolen weapons shipment. Joon-ho went very still. Who? I don't know yet. But I'm going to find out. Maya couldn't listen to any more strategic analysis. She gathered Lily's things with shaking hands, stuffed them into a bag, and held her daughter so tight that Lily squirmed. Mommy, you're squishing me. I know, baby. I'm sorry. I just love you so much. I love you too, Mommy. Lily patted her face with a sticky hand. Why are you crying? Because someone took a picture of you sleeping and sent it to me as a threat. Because the world has shown me again and again that it wants to take everything from me. Because I have never felt more helpless in my entire life. I'm just tired, baby. Mommy's just tired. The drive upstate was 4 hours of silence. Joon-ho drove, insisted on it, refused to let anyone else take the wheel. Maya sat in the back with Lily, watching the city give way to suburbs, suburbs give way to farmland, farmland give way to forest. Every mile felt like a prayer. Every mile was one more between her daughter and the people who wanted to hurt her. But Maya knew the truth, distance was an illusion. The danger would follow them wherever they went. It always did. The cabin appeared through the trees like something out of a fairy tale, small, wooden, smoke curling from the chimney. An older woman stood on the porch, wrapped in a thick cardigan, watching them approach with sharp eyes that missed nothing. She looked nothing like Joon-ho. Her face was rounder, softer. Her gray hair was pulled back in a neat bun. But her eyes, those were exactly the same. Dark. Piercing. The kind of eyes that looked straight through you and saw everything you tried to hide. So, the woman said as they climbed out of the car. You finally bring someone home, and it's a widow and her child running from enemies you made. Iyama, Joon-ho said. Please. Please what? Please don't tell the truth. She walked down the steps, her gaze shifting to Maya. I'm sorry you've been dragged into my son's mess. He has always been better at making enemies than keeping people safe. Maya didn't know what to say. She stood there, Lily in her arms, exhausted and terrified and completely out of her depth. The woman's expression softened. Just slightly. Just enough. But he tries. That's more than most men in his position can say. She held out her arms to Lily. Come here, little one. Are you hungry? I made soup. Lily went to her without hesitation, the same way she had gone to Joon-ho that first night. Like she could sense safety in people Maya couldn't see. Maybe that was the gift of innocence. Maybe that was the curse. Inside the cabin, warmth and silence. The kind of silence that felt like healing. Maya sat at a worn wooden table while Joon-ho's mother, call me Soo-young, fed Lily homemade soup and soft bread. Joon-ho stood at the window, watching the tree line like he expected an army to emerge at any moment. They won't find this place, Soo-young said, not looking up from Lily. I made sure of that decades ago. Even before my son became what he became. Maya frowned. What do you mean? Soo-young smiled. It was a sad smile. A knowing smile. My husband was Joon-ho's father in every way that mattered. He raised him. Loved him. Taught him to be gentle before the world taught him to be hard. But he wasn't his biological father. Maya looked at Joon-ho. His back was still turned, his shoulders rigid. His real father was a man named Park Sung-jin, head of the largest crime syndicate in South Korea before the government brought him down. He was executed when Joon-ho was 8 years old. Maya's breath caught. Joon-ho is the son of a criminal empire. Born into blood. Raised in hiding. Soo-young finally looked at Maya. I brought him to America to escape that legacy. But some legacies are written in the bone. Some sons cannot escape their father's sins. The sins of the father will be visited upon the daughter. The message wasn't just about Joon-ho's actions. It was about his blood. Someone knows, Maya whispered. Someone knows who you really are. Joon-ho finally turned. His face was a mask, but his eyes were raw. My father had enemies. Powerful ones. I've spent my entire adult life building a new identity, a new name. But if someone has connected me to Park Sung-jin, then they're not just coming for Lily, Maya finished. They're coming for you. She's just the weapon. Which is why I have to end this. Tonight. Maya stood up. What are you talking about? I'm going back to Chicago. Alone. I'm going to find out who's behind this, and I'm going to stop them. You're going to get yourself killed. Probably. He said it like it was nothing. Like his life was a small price to pay. But while they're focused on me, you and Lily will be safe here. My mother will protect you. Joon-ho. This is my fault. His voice cracked. All of it. Marcus is dead because of me. Your life is destroyed because of me. Your daughter is a target because of me. The least I can do is make sure you don't lose anything else. He walked toward the door. Maya moved faster than she thought possible. She grabbed his arm and spun him around, forcing him to look at her. You don't get to do this, she said. You don't get to play the martyr and leave me here wondering if you're dead or alive. Lily cried for you last night. She asked if you were going to disappear like her daddy did. She remembers, Joon-ho. She remembers what it feels like to lose someone. His composure broke. Tears slid down his face, silent, burning, undeniable. What do you want from me? I want you to live. I want you to fight smarter than this. I want you to stop thinking your life is worth less than everyone else's. You don't know what I've done. The people I've hurt. The blood on my hands. I don't care. The word surprised her as much as they surprised him. I don't care about the man you were. I care about the man you're trying to be. The man who reads my daughter fairy tales. The man who let her hug him when he's forgotten how to be touched. The man who's crying right now because he thinks he deserves to die alone. Joon-ho stared at her. His walls had fallen. There was nothing left but the broken man underneath. You can't save me, he whispered. No one can. Watch me. She kissed him. It wasn't planned. It wasn't logical. It was rage and grief and something else, something that had been building since the moment her daughter called him daddy in that marble penthouse. He kissed her back. Desperate. Hungry. Like a man who had been drowning for years and finally found air. When they pulled apart, both of them were breathing hard. Lily was asleep in Soo-young's arms. The older woman watched them with knowing eyes but said nothing. Maya's phone buzzed. Another message from the unknown number. We found her. And attached was a photo, not of Lily this time. It was a photo of Soo-young's cabin. Taken from the tree line. Timestamped 3 minutes ago. Maya's heart stopped. They were already here. The door burst open, and the first gunshot shattered the silence. If you want to know who survives this night, if you want to see whether Maya and Joon-ho can protect the people they love, or if this is where everything ends. You need to stay tuned. Subscribe right now if you haven't already, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update, and drop a comment telling me what you think happens next. Does Joon-ho make it? Does Lily? Who's really behind all of this? Tell me your theories. I'll see you next time, if Maya and Lily survive.